Welcome to day 2. Let's get into the story, shall we? Lynn and Lane have been friends with Ray since they were in middle school. They met when they were trying out for the middle school rollerwind team. They'd always been awed by her speed, and they've stuck closely to her. Recently, though, since recruiting new members to fill out their pro team, they have felt so far from their team. It was like their new forward was pulling them away from their team entirely. She was stuck up, snippy, and really hard to work with. The twins really missed working with Ray, who they've been working with since middle school. Okay, so that was a short one, but I wanted to keep with the theme, so that was a really short story clip today. It was only like 40 seconds, but the story clips are gonna be, I think tomorrow's is super long. It's like 3 minutes long, so they're gonna vary between each day depending on the prompt, because I want them to work together entirely. Now for the inking supplies, I'm using microns. They are my favorite things to work with, and this is actually the bullet nib. Funnily enough, the bullet nib isn't really ink or waterproof, so that's a little different from regular microns. But I like working with a bullet nib because my shaky hands don't really show too much on the page. So Lynn and Lane are twins, just like I've said, and they're one of my favorite characters, or I guess two of my favorite characters, because they're complete opposites. There's always twins that are like so together and so the same, so similar, and I just don't like that. I want the twins to be completely different. So Lynn is the one with her head down slightly, and Lane is the other one. They have much different character traits, and you can even tell in their expressions and the way that I drew them that one of them is very shy and very outward with her emotions, and the other one is just completely not caring about anything. So I used to color today, I used Copic markers and Ohuhu markers. Those are my favorite types of markers that I use pretty often. I don't have that many Copics, so I filled it out with the Ohuhu markers. That is a Winsor & Newton pigment marker. I even colored the twins differently. I wanted to show that they were completely different in every way without having to mention it in like the story. So the picture even shows that they're different. One of them is shaded really harshly, and the other is shaded really lightly. You can actually see the bullet nib actually pulled, even though she was done first, the bullet nib was pulled by the Copic marker all the way across. So I just turned that into like an embarrassed blush, which was the expression she was going to have originally, but it wasn't going to be that massive. So she shaded really lightly the way I would normally shade. I go in with the Copic Milky White color. I think it's E50. And then I use my Ohuhu blush color to shade her, and I use the Winsor & Newton Pale Orange to shade the other girl. Twins, they're so hard. Lane, to be specifically. Lane and Lynn. Fun fact, Lynn is my middle name. So that's why I picked that name for one of the characters. It's a name that I particularly prefer. Their team colors are actually revealed in this picture. It's orange. So they're like an orange type of team helmet. That's their type of team helmet color. I would picture with Rollerwind that each team would have a specific color for like their helmets or like something like that, just like all sports do. So their color is orange. I don't know specifically why I picked that, and they also all have green shirts, so that's the thing. But I don't know why I picked orange. It was just a color that was really vibrant, and it really resonated with Ray, in my opinion. So this is the point in the story that's very short. Again, it'll get longer next week. I had trouble fitting the prompt for next week specifically, so I wanted to add a smaller portion of story so that I could fit the prompts together better in this section. But I think the piece really shows what the story portion was. By the way, that mystery figure over there is is Ray. So she's a ball of sunshine, and they're all very annoyed with her at the moment. Recruiting for a pro team is not so fun. Also, I gave Lynn and Lan completely different hair colors. Lynn, who is the more shy one, has the more natural brownish hair, and Lane, who is the completely out of sync, hard shadowed girl with her personality, has blue hair. So I'm trying to show their differences in everything down to their color. So I hope you liked it, and I will see you guys tomorrow.